So if you go on there, that's where you can see it. It's usually on at night.
Oh,
It's
God.
crazy.
Yeah, I got to find this.
It's the late night.
Like
I don't do anything at night. You know this.
Like right now, you can watch Let's Make a Deal. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Okay, so they're playing all the old Family Feuds. You can watch Gilligan's Island. You can watch Laverne and Shirley is on right now. Like these shows play every
back
night.
to the classics.
Exactly, yeah.
Family Feud, man. I think I started watching that when Louis Anderson was Louis Anderson was a fucking guy.
Yep.
And now it's is it Steve Harvey?
Steve Harvey.
Steve, yeah.
Yeah, they played at my work a lot.
Yeah,
People there love Steve Harvey.
it's fucking awkward. Did you watch that shit with Steve Harvey with the what was it Miss USA?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
Can you? And now he's got commercials making money from.
From the blue, from the.
It wasn't
you know,
my fault
the
that
spoof.
time.
Yeah.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. What was that, like Metro PCS?
Yeah,
or-
Yeah.
That's it. Walking. Oh, well, that's what you get. Now he's hosting a show on Sundays with little kids.
Right.
You know what
And
I
that was
mean? Like,
obviously a setup, too. I mean, there's no way that he makes that dumb of a mistake. I'm sorry. I said
Yeah.
the completely incorrect name.
So the completely wrong thing. The chick was fucking flabbergasted though. She
Oh,
was
yeah. I
like-
don't think she was in on it.
really?
This is not happening. This is not happening.
Yeah, it's okay. She'll get over
Why
it.
didn't
It's
I
fine.
throw up more in the bathroom before this started?
Hey, you live, you learn, and you get loves.
Absolutely.
But that means she's wearing a diaper.
Wearing a diaper. So, Ryan, what the fuck have you been up to? You're in the car business.
Cars.
Fucking promote it, man. Where are you working
Yeah.
out of?
Yeah, I work at Matthew Hargrave Chevrolet in Royal Oak, Michigan.
Nice.
I've actually March 2nd was my year that I've been there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gone well. I've never done sales before, so to kind of get thrown in that dynamic, you just got to be quick. You got to learn quick, and I asked you for advice. Geez, when I got into it, and you just said, be different. That's the
Well, you have a magnetic personality, and I think that's 90% of sales. There's some people that like you look and you're like, there's no fucking way.
Right.
Like this person wouldn't have like a prayer. And no, I'm not looking at you, Mike.
Hey,
God damn.
it's possible.
you son of a
You
bitch.
got to try.
Would you be a salesman, Mike?
I'd be an amazing salesman.
You don't like people though.
That is accurate, yes.
That was a huge problem.
Yeah. It really did affect me with all my other sales job, which I did horrible in.
Well,
I feel that it held me back. My personality.
I mean, when you're selling a car, it's see, I go about it, I guess, I don't know if the other guys do the same thing. I really try not to pay attention. For me, it's just, I'm going to treat you like I want to be treated. Just, I guess I'm kind of known for being the nice guy around the place, but I think that when you come in, you want to have a good experience. Like, and that's,
Right.
when you do the training and I'm watching it, it's called, Disney does it. It's called a hero system. And I just kind of like
Disney? Really?
Yeah.
All right.
With the name tags and, trying to be all, I don't know. I just think that's the best way to go. Honestly, everything else is really easy. The paperwork can be tedious, but
No. Paper is always
it's fun.
tedious.
What is I've bought a few cars.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes you get into the super high pressure where
Sure.
the dudes are like,
Yeah,
I've been there.
on your
Oh, yeah.
ass.
And
And,
we-
it's like
Yeah.
really fucking
Man,
uncomfortable.
North
Yeah.
Brothers
Like,
Ford sent out 3 separate people to negotiate with me because I kept saying no.
Wow.
Well, it's because I asked for
that's
one car.
trying to
they
strong
showed
close.
me another,
Right.
and then at first they had like their old fool that was like, like the whole Gil thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not really a salesman, but I need to
yeah,
sell.
the Glenn,
Everything's
the
falling
Glengarry,
apart.
Glenn Ross. Yeah.
And the next thing you know, they saw this guy, hair slicked back, looked like, had this total rat face to him. Huge dick. I mean, this guy was the freaking worst. He was out there and goes, what the fuck are you buying the car, pretty much? I'm like,
Right.
Because I don't want it. What? You took the test drive. You've led this guy along this whole time. I go, no, I thought I was pretty clear, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds exactly like where I work at.
All right,
It happens. So, yeah, you got the manager. Manager came in, tried to close you, and then he got the other manager. And tried to close you?
The head manager,
or a senior salesperson,
who came pretty close to selling me actually.
He was right. Had he had a pen on him, he would have signed.
Well, the thing was, I was just getting so it was a super hot day. I was hungry as fuck. They kept me there for like 4 fucking hours negotiating with me.
I would offer you something to eat, actually.
They wouldn't even give me water.
They would have had him. You would have had him hook, line, and fucking
Do you want me to
sinker.
get you some Jimmy John's?
I do, actually. Can you give me some right now?
Yeah.
All right.
Freaking fast.
That would have done it for me, too. I'm not going to lie. Because you know what? I've been in that spot that he's talking about. I was going to buy a truck at fucking Bill Brown Ford.
Okay.
And this lady, gets every fucking rebuttal out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I'm like, okay, we get to a price on a Silverado. I think it was like $20,000 or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. I was like, I think this might do it. But in all honesty, I'm fucking hungry all the time. So I get to a point where I'm like, fuck, I got a headache. I've got to grab something to eat.
Yeah.
So I told her, I was like, man, I'm fucking starving right now. I was like, let me run over to across the Senate's, grab a quick, couple conies or whatnot.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I'll come on back. I was like, because literally, I'm like ready to feel like I'm gonna fucking pass out. And I hadn't eaten all day. And she was like, all right, okay. I got over there. Right. And I was just like, I don't know if I really want it. Yeah, and then, not that it wasn't a good car, and it certainly was a good fucking deal.
That's a good price.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, but it was just, once you break the, I don't know, it's kind of like I don't want to say like a hypnotic type thing, but there's like a,
you start
you
considering
get into it,
all the other stuff you can do with that money.
So how long were you there for?
Dude, I was there for I took the test drive. I was probably there for a good hour and a half.
Okay. So I've actually had customers wait 4 and 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so the big thing for me there, and what I think is key to how I do it and how listen, my first year, I think I sold 90 cars. Not bad. Not bad.
That's fucking good. That's really fucking good.
Some people have sold. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not bad for my first year not in sales. I'm definitely, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, for a dude who had no sales.
Yeah, none at all.
You just show up in 90 cars.
Exactly.
It should be
cars
sucking
for a
salesman,
or
I would say people do, more, 100 or more.
Okay.
That's what I would think is kind of what my goal was. I think that if you would do a good average 125 maybe a year.
Okay.
But you're making good money, but you definitely got to push to get more. So for me, I just try and conversate as much as I can. Just whatever we talked about at the very beginning of our conversation, which we call a CNA at our dealership.
Okay.
I just try and, if I hear something or maybe kids come up, I have kids, so I just try and do it that way. Keep them calm, and just engaged, I guess. That way they're not. I've offered a few customers to get food before. Do you want me to get you something to eat? I understand. I've bought their kids something to eat. I actually, at my desk, I had coloring books, boy, girl, coloring. Crayons and stickers for boy and girls. Because here's the thing, when you're a parent and you're going in, it's a serious decision you got to do, and I
kids are screaming.
I totally get that.
Running around.
And we got a kiddie corner, which is great about our dealership. I think that's really cool.
Don't let him in it. He's
it's
actually
great,
not allowed in the
I'm told I'm not allowed within 100 feet of kitty corners.
Nickelodeon all day. It's great. So yeah, that's the way I just keep that situation under wrap, and I think that's helped out a lot. No one does that there.
See, but that is the big difference, because you are not pushing the people.
These guys tried really hard to push me into a car I didn't want at a very unreasonable price. They were unwilling to answer any of the questions I had about the car. And then when I left, the first salesman that tried to sell me started yelling at me.
Yeah.
Wow. See, just guaranteeing that there is no chance I will ever go to North Brothers Ford again.
That's crazy.
That place is dead to me.
See, the thing of it is those, I feel, are untrained salespeople, because they're people that they didn't give a fuck enough about to give any training, and they're like, you know what, just go out there and get it. And if you don't get it, you know, we're going to cuss you out. You know, I think my worst sales experience wasn't even at a car dealership. It was at, what's the name of that fucking place? Men's Warehouse.
Oh my God.
I go into that fucking place. I'm literally just looking around. I have no intention. And the guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, man, you're looking to buy a suit?" I'm like, "Not at all." I was like, "I'm just kind of browsing around. I got a couple events coming up in the future, and I'm just seeing what I like. Just maybe I'll put something together." Yeah. He's like, "No problem, no problem." He's like, "Well, what kind of style do you like?" So I'm telling him. All the while, dude's like pulling suits off the rack, and he's got like 6 of them in his fucking arms. And he's like, "Well, you know what? Just for fun, man. Let's just try them on. I'm like, I'm not really. He's like, "Dude, it'll take you like 10 minutes." So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I get in there. I try them on. He's like, "You like them?" I'm like, yeah, they look good. So I get back into my regular clothes. I'm leaving. He's like, "All right, swing on by." He's like, you want a coupon or something next time you come in?" So I'm like, I'll take a coupon, sure. So we get to the register. He's like, "All right, your total is $1,735. He's like, "And I got some shirts to go along with that." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, I told you I wasn't buying anything when I fucking came in here. And I was being super polite about it. I'm like, "No." I was like, "I told you, man, I'm not really getting anything today." I was like, "I don't have any money." He's like, he had me, literally same thing. He's like, you had me run around picking up all these suits. I'm like, "Dude, why are you making it weird right now?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What you're doing right now, you're making it real fucking weird." And then his partner comes up, and he's like, "Well, what's wrong? You don't like the suits?
The hard clothes."
Yeah, the hard clothes. You don't like the suits? "No, I like the suits." "What's the problem, dude?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't have fucking $1,700. I don't even have clothes. I got like $30 in my wallet. I got like $20 in my bank account."
Come in and buy 6 suits at once.
Right.
I mean, it'd be like, "Oh well, I need a suit for every day of the week." So
I might look good in that. Let's get that for him.
Whoa, fucking weird shit. I've never been back since. That was like 10 years ago.
I think my other worst experience would be ABC Warehouse.
Absolutely. I was just about to say the same thing.
The one over there
It's
used to be
bad.
the Sports Authority.
Yes.
Actually, oddly enough, Nelson took me there. He's like, "Oh, because I'm looking for a new TV." He's like, "Oh, let's go there, man. They cut great deals." I'm like, "Okay," but I know a lot about TVs, and I'd done a bunch of research at that point. So I go in there, and there's like 8 salespeople just sitting around, all from different departments. They all attack me at once. And then one of them kind of get like grabs you, like, "Oh, come over here, blah, blah, blah." And they tell me about the TVs. I'm like, "Okay, well, here's what I'm looking for." He knows nothing about TVs, by the way. Literally nothing. He knows they have TVs. He can tell me the brand name and the size. That is the end of his knowledge. So I'm trying to ask him some, more specific questions about specific models. Ask him, like, "Okay, what is the model number on this?" Because, who knows? It might be a good one. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And he can give me none of this information because none of it's on the little cue card that's next to the TV. And he's like, "Oh, okay, hold on, just let me look something up for you." He goes to the computer. Next thing I know, this old guy goes, just says about he's like, "Hey, come over here. Don't worry, man, I got a much better deal on TVs for you." And then literally, there's like salesmen stealing me from each other. And I mean, it was the weirdest, most uncomfortable situation I've ever been in. I'm just sitting there, I'm just glaring at Nelson, like, "Fucking son of a bitch."
Oh my God.
And also, because I'm in there and I come to realization, these are all, they're name brand TVs, but they're like older models of these TVs. They're not all what I'm looking for. They do not have any of the like 3 models I was looking for. They don't have any of those. So I'm like, okay, I just kind of want to leave. But every time I go to leave, one of them would come over and like, "Hey, blah, blah," and want to talk to me. They're giving me cards, write stuff down for me. Goes, "Man, I can get you a TV, 65-inch Sony for this price." I go, "Well, which one?" And it's like,
just a TV, damn it.
Come on, it's flat screen, LCD. And I'm like, I was like, "Oh my fucking God. No, just let me leave." And then eventually I get out of there, and one of them follows me out to my car to talk to me some more. And tries to get me to come back in. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Well, that is the one good thing about car dealerships is there's probably, and like, is there or is there not, like an unwritten rule? Like, let's say I see you as a customer.
Sure.
Okay. And then I come back in, you're still working on the next day. Dude's not going to come up and be like, "Hey, man, oh, fuck him, see what I've got for you." Like, they do that?
So if it's a B back, if the customer comes back and deals with another salesperson, is that
Like
is that what you're asking?
if you've already kind of dealt with them,
Oh.
you've given
Like
them your
if you start
card.
working with someone, will someone come in and swoop and try to steal that
So,
customer from another?
They won't do it like during the whole process, but that it happens all the time.
okay.
So we have this computer system called Wilson's where you keep track of all your customers, and it actually gives you, work tasks for the day. So call the customer, follow up, call until they die, basically, sort of thing. That's what they teach you in training.
You never know when they're going to need something. though.
Sure, and I'll be honest, I'm not really huge on that. I know what it's like to be bugged. I do have a way of contacting them, and I mail them.
Right.
I mail them a lot. It happens all the time. It's honestly crazy because then what will happen is, hey, that's my customer. Like,
You get the friction in
are
there.
Are we splitting that deal? Well, no. I mean, I worked with the customer the whole time. I mean, I showed him 3 cars. I did everything.
Right. Yeah, that's
It's
got to be
weird.
fucking
It's-
sticky situation because then you got to deal with this prick day in and day
100%,
out,
man.
and you're looking at
Yeah.
him like this fucking guy.
It's pretty. When I got there, they have these things called AMP sales, and what that is you probably get them in the mail. They're scratch off.
Yes, that's what
So
got
we're
me into
with
North Brothers.
Exactly,
Which was a total lie.
so.
line and sinker this guy.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. You dealt with a team that actually doesn't work at North Brothers.
Yes, I know that. They work for the bank.
and they're hounds. That was my
Yeah.
first week in the car business. Was that week working? So here I am going around introducing myself to all the regular salespeople, and then all of a sudden, 10, 12, maybe 15 more salespeople are on our floor taking every customer.
Dude, I didn't even know that was a thing.
It was insane. So we don't do that anymore. Yeah, it ruined. I think we sold maybe like 6 cars. And so people
Dude.
come in for the Buffalo coin, vacations, all that stuff.
Fucking shit.
Yeah,
That would make
it
your-
said I won $5,000. So I'm like, okay. They come back out with like, oh, here's a thing. Put this code into this program, and you might be able to get a $25 gift card. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
That seems like a good way to piss your sales staff off.
Big time. Big time.
though.
and
Who the
and
fuck
not
would
only
ever
that,
want to do that?
I mean,
Yeah. So they're not
North
going to do it
Brothers
anymore.
4 just guaranteed I'm never going to come back.
Yeah, they do it all
Ever.
the time.
Yeah,
We're
oh,
not,
yeah.
we don't do that anymore. It was crazy when we did it, but it's I don't know. You just got to try and work through it. Like, I guess for me, I dealt with another salesperson's customer because he wasn't there. The manager asked me to, and we have a good relationship between all 3 of us. And I said, yeah, I'll take care of him. And the sales guy came back the next day. I said, yeah, I worked with your customer, and we'll just split it half.
Yeah.
It was a new car, so he didn't really know how to do a ton of new car.
Okay.
So I did all the the paperwork and whatnot, and I just split with him because I thought that was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
For me, it's a moral thing. I try and do as right as I can. I mean, there's a lot of shady stuff that goes on. Like,
I can imagine.
it's happened
They,
to me.
they don't
like,
get that reputation for no
Yeah.
reason.
So, there's a lot of good guys in there. It's just there are a few that are, I don't know. They're
Now, the older do
Little
they
skinny.
get? Do they get better? Like, do they get? Because I bought cars from a lot of older guys,
Yeah.
and they all seem like legit, on the level.
It was-
no hassle, no.
it was
bullshit.
quick, right?
Yeah.
It was a quick process.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's where it comes down. I think you just gain so much knowledge that you can just swing a deal. So I'm kind of working with a guy right now
Kinda like a mentor. to
yeah,
put you
who
down.
does GM employees like mainly. We're trying to expand into, suppliers and just, regular people so they can get a lease. But in January, we sold 47 cars. We did 26 in 1 week. So, and that was with me over there. He probably could have done it himself, but I'm just pretty high energy, and it's surprising not a lot of GM employees actually know about the vehicle. So you do a product presentation. It was fun. So I'm gonna learn from him for a
So
while.
you guys got to study up on all this stuff. You can't have a dude go on the floor and be like completely clueless about cars.
yeah,
Like,
it's tests every quarter.
So they test you.
So
That's what my question was going to be.
I went through a week of training, and with other salespeople at a different location, and then through GM Global Connect, which is
Right.
their main site where you get.
You can't have the guys train you at
Yeah.
your location. They'll be training you. Like, get this guy fuck out of here.
Yeah, you do about I think we're at maybe 70, 80 courses.
Wow.
Some of them are 30,
No shit.
40 minutes long. Yeah, and then you got to do testing. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard. It's
But it
good to
makes you
yeah.
know
Yeah, it's
that-
fun
what's
though, man.
going on.
It's a lot of fun.
If you're a car guy, it's got to be fucking awesome.
It's great, especially when you get the new Camaro in.
Have you
Oh.
guys get to mess with them? And
Yeah, I took a V6 one out. The
Nice.
weather's been kind of junky, so
yeah,
I
Yeah.
haven't taken that
downside to
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah, so I
There's a
took.
downside to Michigan.
There's like 10 downside,
Yeah.
3 upside.
Yeah, that was fun. That thing's got like 335 horsepower, so that
Good
was a lot of
God.
fun. Yeah, for V6,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, that's pretty
impressive.
incredible.
Like what you can do in it. Apple CarPlay has a wireless remote charger inside of it, heated seats, cooled seats. That's the SS, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty nicely loaded when you got just a V6, like 1LT, 2LT.
There
Yeah.
was a
I just want something to keep my balls cool. That's it.
give him something.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, either the cooled seats or just like an ice pack.
New Malibu has
Yeah.
cooled seats,
Oh, does
premium. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
How much is a new Malibu? Is it more than $55?
35 grand.
Damn it! Everyone wants money in
If you
exchange
get a
for things
GM,
these
if
days.
you get a
I
GM
know.
discount, I can get it for you for like real cheap, man.
How cheap?
Especially an employee discount.
Would I have to be an employee or a friend of the employee? Family of the employee.
If you
Say
can
family.
get an actual GM employee discount, dude,
Yeah.
I can get you that car for under $200.
My Uncle Jim.
total, like only $200.
under 200.
Under
I didn't. We gotta.
So I'll give you
go
like
through incentives.
$150 and you just give me the car and we're
Give
done.
me your email and I'll send you the.
Well, you're
price,
actually you're
okay?
in the. He's actually in the market.
Yes,
for
I
it.
am.
No,
Yes, I
no
actually am.
shitting.
I'll give you a flyer.
Okay.
And it's got legit. It's easy how it shows you how to break it down. So if you're just a supplier, it goes up to like $245. But dude, for that car is nice. I drove one. See, here's what we do. Here's what's gonna make us different, and what I'm gonna learn, and this is what I'm gonna do eventually. He does home delivery, so I drove this guy's Malibu to his house, and I parked in his driveway, took pictures, sent it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like
There's
it's a
your car.
really nice car. But yeah.
And
I'll
then after
s-
he left, you just smashed up one of the windows.
It's for the fucking runner-up.
Hey, the picture I sent to him, it was good. I don't know what happened after I left.
Cause what do you drive?
I drive a what the hell do I drive now? It's a
Mercedes.
black Mercedes.
How do you like it?
It's a C300, so it's base.
Yeah, that's a nice car.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Just a base Mercedes.
Well, it's above the base, isn't the C250
Oh
the
yeah,
base
you know
kind
what,
of?
I didn't
So I
think
mean, it's
about
50
that.
points higher.
Whereas I think
Yeah,
I drive
it's-
the fanciest of cars. It's the 99 Ford Escort, missing the rear quarter panel.
Oh.
Driver's side.
That is a classic.
Yes, it is. ZX2, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice,
Nice.
It's the sportier one.
What year? What year?
99.
Oh,
2 years before they stopped making them.
I to 2003.
Wait, I thought they went to 2001.
Oh,
Escort.
was it the old body style?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I thought they stopped making them in 2001. They go to
no,
2003?
yeah, no, you're probably right.
Oh.
We had a 2003.
Okay.
Ford, so yeah. Well, you know what we had back in the day was we had the little 2-door hatchback one.
Oh, you had the
Escort, a
hatchback?
90
Yeah, that was the
90
shit, though. You
Oh.
could put
It was
everything
It
in
was
there.
like a 4-speed, I think.
Oh, man, 4 bangers the way to go.
My dad,
yeah.
my dad painted it blue. It was great. It was awesome.
I remember back in the day, you had like a Fiesta.
Ford Festiva.
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 That's right.
1990
Nice.
Bella Train Ford Festiva. It was great. Oh
yeah,
my
it was.
god, that thing was awesome.
It was awesome.
Great quick story. I was looking for a gas saver car to get, from my house in Westland to back in, Royal Oak to work. I found a Festiva
Did
online
you?
and I went to go look at it. It was a 4-speed manual. It was yellow. It had a Batman symbol painted on it.
Dude, I've seen that fucking car. So
Yes.
Have you?
So-
yes,
dude. So I went to the guy's house. He was a young kid. He was cool, and I'm like, all right, yeah, let me take it for a ride. And no, something was going on with the brakes, and
Not enough.
I made him an offer, and he didn't want to take it. I was looking to pay more towards the $500 mark, and I
Sure.
would spend money on brakes, but
if he's not willing to come down,
right?
It doesn't.
When I sat in that car, I just thought like, oh yeah, this is high school.
Memories
man.
came back.
This is great. This is awesome.
I did the same thing. I had a Ford Focus that fucking saved my life. I got T-boned.
Oh,
I was
no
turning
kidding.
left. I had a green arrow. This lady who didn't even have a license was fucking driving.
Like a van or something.
Yeah, driving an Astro van.
Yep.
Went through, blew the light at 65. Fucking T-boned me, slammed me up against the fucking pole on
No
Plymouth
kidding.
and Merriman. Dude, car just fucking crushed in. But I was in the hospital for like 2-3 days.
Yeah. Well, it's
No
precautionary
issue.
from our
Precautionary, but
Right.
yeah, no.
because they found a lot of blood in his urine, but he informed them that it's usually like that.
You're like, yeah, that's cool. I got a girlfriend that likes to kick me in the testicles all the time, so that's normal.
So yeah, that's I'm okay. Don't worry.
So yeah, I like a fucking moron. I didn't have insurance on that fucking car, and I don't remember where the fuck I was working at that time. I was working at the Italian club.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
And I was making like $500 every 2 weeks.
Wow,
It was fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, fuck, I can't afford no insurance. So I got a fucking. They sued me, of course, to pay
Right.
for the rest of that fucking car.
Right.
In Michigan, if you don't have insurance, the other driver does, even though she didn't have a fucking license. They fucking sued me for the damage
No
to that
kidding.
fucking. Plus, I had like a $50,000 medical bill.
Holy smokes!
So it was like
man.
one thing on top of the other. So
Good fucking God.
after that, I switched back to my old car from high school. Only it was actually an older model. It was like a '94 Ranger I got into.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
I know what
yeah.
you're
Yes.
feeling because as soon as I get
Yes.
in there, I was like,
I
the
remember
days
that
of
truck,
old
man.
again.
I
I was like,
remember that
what
truck.
the fuck?
I remember you driving that truck. Yeah.
So yeah, it
I
brought
remember when
me
that
right
truck
back.
died. I remember when you had to pull off at the Farmington exit. You called me like, man, the car isn't working anymore.
It fucking bit it. It wasn't coming back. It was just the end.
Wow, that's crazy.
But yeah, it was pretty funny, and didn't look anything like my high school car. Looked 1,000 times better. This one was rusted out on the
yeah.
one side.
Wow.
completely.
Yours was in good condition. I mean, well, the outside. The inside was filthy as shit.
I had no muffler on it.
Oh,
Like,
loud.
It was
Coming down
it
the
was
street
broken. And one time I was going to see a fight in Detroit somewhere, and I left work real fucking early, and the fucking muffler falls off. And I'm supposed to meet like some friends that from work
Yeah.
at their house in Dearborn, and I'm like, oh fuck! I'm like, I'm gonna have to drive over here. I was like, fuck, this is embarrassing. I don't even want to park this car out front.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
So I stop at the gas station, and I'm like, how the fuck am I going to fix this? I got like an hour before I'm supposed to fucking be there. I'm looking around. My belt. So I go take my belt off. I fucking lift up the fucking muffler. I like strap it to the frame with my fucking work belt. I'm driving. I just hear... goes back. I literally pull up. It's like dragging the muffler behind me. Of course, they're all outside. Like it's nice out.
yeah.
So they're outside, like drinking beer, like in the front yard. And I pull up. It's like, hey, what's up, guys? They're like, just looking at me like, what the fuck?
That's a good idea, though. That's a good idea. Way to improvise, at least.
It got so hot it melted right through
yeah.
the fucking
Yeah.
leather belt. So then I was out a belt on top of it, as if I didn't have enough money. Problem.
jeez.
The belt was gone too. So
No muffler, no belt. Can't catch a break.
for like 2 weeks, I was going into work.
It's the worst
with
day of my
pants. I had to. They weren't tight enough, so I had to roll them down to make them tight.
Oh, that's
Customers
crazy.
looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Who the fuck is this?"
Don't mind me, my
So,
rolled
yeah.
up
Should have gone in
jeans.
some,
It was terrible.
like some string or something. Just tied that on.
Yeah.
I used a phone cord. I know it's fucking embarrassing, but
No,
I
that's
rocked a
fucking
phone.
amazing.
I rocked a phone cord for a little while.
So you had a good week of doing some MacGyver shit going on.
Hell yeah! And but it's bad enough when you do the MacGyver shit. but it's 10 times harder when you don't want people to know you're doing the MacGyver shit. You got the cord belt, but you're like fluffing your shirt out a certain way so it covers it up. And like, remember, Tim, don't reach up or they're going to fucking see you got a phone cord wrapped around your fucking waist.
I got duct tape holding in one of my headlights right now. But it's okay, though. It's on the inside.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, what about the outside?
No, the outside's fine.
So you just like double backed it, like you would if you stuck something on the wall.
Back. Oh, the thing cracked off the back.
Yeah.
So when I'm driving, it keeps shaking out.
Oh,
so I just duct taped it in there.
Yeah, I was here. I kind of picture like when you.
Oh yeah, on the outside, holding the entire
when you're
frame
just
in.
sticking something on the wall, you just back it. Wow, that's crazy. Well, we'll hold.
Yeah, it's doing the job.
Well, yeah, so I'll get you a Malibu.
Yeah. Sooner the better.
My car hasn't had brakes in a while, man. It's getting frightening.
Yeah, that can definitely be fucking scary, especially this time of year.
All right, I know we don't have a crap ton of time left. So
yeah, we were at 32 minutes right now.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Good God. Honestly, God, I thought it'd been longer than that.
Yeah.
I was going to say let's jump to UFC in the last 10 minutes, but
yeah,
we still got about 20 more minutes
We
to
still
wait.
got about 20 more minutes.
Cool.
See, you're
Forget
a
I said
dad
anything.
now. Congratulations,
thank you.
because that's how long it's been.
Thank you. Yeah.
How old is the child in question?
Or children.
Children? Is it more than one?
More than one.
Good God.
Yeah, 2 girls.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so Rebecca is actually about to turn 4 on the 14th of this month.
All right.
And then Remy is about 1.5, 1 and...
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
What kind of dad are you going to be? Do you decide, or is this just like an intuition just comes out?
Yeah, I don't think there's any... If you guys have kids,
No, we do not.
We do not.
Well, when
we
were
decide-
not
wouldn't be trusted with kids. They'd be like, you idiots.
I'm not
can't
going to
have
lie.
children."
The government took away my house plants.
Just saying, if
They
you
said I wasn't fit.
if you decide, it just kind of comes naturally. I mean, really, without my wife, she's kind of the rock, the family for keeping that stuff together. Here's the thing is like when they're 4, that personality is just absolute. It's crazy. It's like living with a teenager. I'm not gonna
That
do
sounds
that.
like fun.
I'm not gonna do that. No, I don't. No. And then just run to your room, and it's very interesting, but it's a lot of fun, and you really appreciate a lot of things, when you have kids. So
Yeah, I can
it's
imagine.
fun. It's fun.
Do you ever see
Talk
them?
about the pros and cons of punching your kid in the face when they're being a dick. Let's start with the pros. It feels good. Cons.
It's illegal.
Oh, yeah. Damn it.
Now.
There's
yeah,
always
now.
something.
Now, yeah.
Right, it's nowadays. Do you ever catch them doing things that you have done, and you're like, you know what? I didn't even fucking tell them about. How would they possibly know about these kind of scams and schemes here?
Yeah, even if they haven't seen it, they're going to see your personality every day, and they're just going to copy that.
Yeah.
It's right now, like, the 1-year-old just copies everything I do. So if you're like, if you're kind of being lazy and want to push a toy over to her and you use her foot, she'll do the exact same thing. But, like, yeah, I guess because I can remember my good bits of my childhood. Yeah, I definitely see. Oh, jeez, they get into a lot of stuff, man.
I see that with other people's kids. Like my girlfriend, her brother's got kids, and they're staying the night tonight. They'll all be back later on.
Yeah,
but they'll start playing with each other. And I grew up most of my life. I had a sister, so it was basically my sister and I. And then my brother came along as we were, a little bit older. But I watch them playing, and just they'll say things, and I'm like, I've said that like the exact same crazy, but it's like nonsensical shit that no one could how could you even make that up? like I remember saying that stuff, and then we thought we were like so unique, like that we thought of it, and then we're like, oh man, everybody's doing.
Well, you know what it is she's got
cog in the machine,
right?
She has my mannerisms. Is that what you call it?
mannerisms. Yeah.
Yeah, that she has that, like the faces. Like I can make these crazy faces, and it's crazy. She can do it. So that's what's funny is just the faces they make at you and yelling and screaming at you. I could definitely tell that was probably me when I was 4 years old,
Right?
being a little dipshit around the house. I remember I set my bed on fire. I was looking for my pet rabbit.
How the hell does that?
I was gonna smoke him out.
Set the scene,
all right,
Boris.
set the scene. Okay. Windsor, Ontario, 1990. I don't know. I don't know the year. So we had a pet rabbit, and I guess my dad decided that he didn't want it around. So woke up the next day. It's not in its cage. It's not anywhere around the house. So I knew how to use a lighter at the time. I got scars to prove it. And I went underneath. We had bunk beds in our room, and I went underneath, and I just torched it up, man, and it caught the bottom spring, where the springs are, on fire. Just started spreading. My Uncle Ken runs in the room, picks me up. What? After all the commotion, what were you doing? I'm like, I was looking for the rabbit. Like, I couldn't see, so I used a lighter.
How old did you say you were?
18.
Yeah, that was the problem. That's where the law got concerned.
I know this is quite a gap, but maybe between the ages of 5 and 8, somewhere around there. Yeah, young, really young.
You were old enough to remember.
Oh yeah,
and that heart-sinking feeling. You're like, oh fuck, this is now. It's the point of it's no longer in control.
I have lost control of this situation. I need to farm out the handling of this to somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Quite possibly the house could go ablaze, and I would be completely responsible.
It was a small house too, so I was quite the pyro when I was a kid.
Clearly,
my grandma lived next door in Windsor, so my parents went on vacation, and I'm hanging out with my buddies at a tree fort in the backyard, a sweet tree fort my dad made, and we just all right, we need to get a lighter. My grandma didn't have any, so I broke into my house and I got a lighter, and we broke the window, and I got grounded for a week. All that to get a lighter for what? Just to set crayons and paper on fire in the tree fort, which is not smart because then you're going to set that on fire.
I know the struggle because I was a fucking pyromaniac. I
remember the biggest thing when I was younger was getting a Zippo lighter.
Yeah, that was
the best thing. You want to flip it open and strike it on your jeans.
You didn't have anything unless you had the Zippo. I can remember we did a class trip to Cedar Point.
Yes.
And they had the machines, and everybody would be there trying to fucking win them.
That's awesome.
Because you couldn't buy them from the mall because you guys are too young.
Yeah, too young.
So you had to win them
but
at Cedar Point.
Cedar Point. What? That's Ohio for you.
Back, it's very weird that they had them in a fucking game machine.
Yeah. For children. Clearly for children.
Oh, jeez.
And the other thing was that was all they had in the machine.
Yeah. It
was that was it.
Full of Zippos.
A Zippo dispenser.
The most bizarre shit that you would think of. But I used to do that shit too. I used to get in so much fucking trouble. My brother had all these stuffed animals, and I would, for whatever reason, I just like to take them out back, put the magnifying glass to them, and just scorch them up. And I can remember, I think I did it to all of his fucking stuffed animals.
That's great.
Dad came home, beat the fuck out of me for that shit. And he said breaking into your house. I went to a Catholic school growing up.
Me too.
We had to wear uniforms every fucking day. Lucky.
Yeah.
But we would occasionally, there would be special days where you didn't have to wear a uniform. So I thought this particular day, it was sometime that week. And my whole family thought for sure. They're like, okay, you don't have to wear a uniform today. So I go in regular clothes. I get there, everybody's in fucking uniform. I'm like, fuck, I can't go in now. So I walk around the school. I don't go in. I don't know what the fuck made me think that was a good idea, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go home and change. I don't have a key. My parents are both gone at work, but I'm going to go home and fucking change. So I walk all the way back home. I can remember it was fucking weird. It was weirding me out. I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be in class right now, and I'm not. I'm walking around. I'm in fucking third grade.
Oh, jeez.
So I go fucking home. I try to open the door, nothing. Go to the back door, pulling on it, nothing. So I go in the garage, and I get a 2-story fucking extension ladder out.
Oh no.
So I climb up the fucking extension ladder, and I've got to have neighbors that are at home, like, fucking looking, like, what the fuck is this asshole doing? He's supposed to be in school, and I'm fucking working on his house. And I get up there, can't fucking open it. So I end up going in the garage. We have these screens on the window. I can't get the screen off. I end up, like, poking holes in the screen with a screwdriver and, like, prying the fucking things off. Finally, I get the fucking screen off. Fucking window's locked. I can't move it up. I'm like prying it with other screwdrivers. I can't do it. Eventually, I'm just like, I'm going to have to fucking face the music. It's so bad, 'cause this is back in the heyday of answering machines.
Yep.
I can hear the school calling on the fucking phone, because the phone is right on the other side of the window. And I hear the machine. It's like, this is Sister Carolyn from St. Michael's School. Timothy is not here. He's not in class. Kids said they saw him walking in regular school clothes. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm done. I got to get back over there. I went over there. Dude, everything was cool until I got home and they saw the fucking a ladder leaning against the house, a screen off, fucking stabbed
there all
up with
day.
fucking. Another time, got the.
Oh my
shit
God! I
like
don't know
that.
who did that. Clearly, someone tried to break into the house in a very
Right.
unusual way. Genius, as it were. Probably in here right now. You don't even know it.
But yeah, uniforms. That's what got me.
Yeah, my dad went to Catholic school, so he refused to send me to Catholic school.
Your dad has
Yeah.
some great fucking stories.
Oh God, yeah.
Just in general about school and teachers. Like, he used to give us the biggest. We were kind of like, we weren't really juvenile delinquents, so
we
to
were
speak.
delinquents in our own mind.
Well, Ryan, you're gonna remember this because this ties in. Mike and I tell a story all the time how we were arrested for egging houses.
Okay.
That started with you, Latarski,
Yeah.
and Brian Chapman.
Yeah.
We'd go around in Latarski's van
Yep.
and fucking egg
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
So
It was
I
just genius's
decided,
bright idea. No. I remember I pick him up because I'm driving my parents. They had a Mustang. I was driving my parents' Mustang, and I pick him up. I'm like, "Hey, what do you want to do?" He's like, "I don't know," because we just had nothing to do. He's like, "Stop over here at this convenience store. We go get something."
Larry's
So he-
Foodland.
No. It wasn't Larry's Foodland. We stopped at that party store down. It was on Plymouth Road, near your house. We pulled
Oh,
in
the
there.
Summit. That's
Yeah.
Oh, the
you went in
Summit.
there, and he just came out with like 3 cartons of eggs. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not that hungry. What's going on? He's like, oh, we're gonna go. I mean, originally we were gonna get eggs a specific person's house, but we couldn't find it.
It was
Oh.
it was Mike LaRock's
yes,
house.
go egg Mike LaRock's house because fuck it.
Oh shit.
But we couldn't find his house, and when we did find a house that we thought was his, we weren't. It was like very open, and there were people around, so we're like, shit, we can't egg his house. So then we went around, and we're just driving around, hucking eggs out the window at cars, just parked cars, and that's fun. But then Tim's like, "Hey, I got a better idea. That house has a light on. It's clearly someone in the living room. Pull over right here." Gets out of the car, takes 1 egg, hucks it at the window, hops back in the car. Drive!
Oh no
So
way.
then we start doing that, and we're switching off driving and throwing eggs. It's a good old time until someone catches us
Oh no.
and chases us, and at some point a cop picks up the.
Yeah, this dude must have called a cop and said, like, I'm following these fucking guys,
Really?
right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No
Now,
kidding.
mind you, it's snowy as hell out. It's cold. This is really not even a weather in which his car was good at driving in the
No.
first place. He had a dumb shit like me driving like 60 plus miles an hour down side streets.
Fucking
icy side-
high-speed
Yeah.
chase with, like,
slamming on
3
brakes
cops
and going into
behind
turns.
us.
I mean, jeopardizing everyone's lives.
Wow.
Let's just say this: when they pulled me over, they were not happy.
No.
And apparently, I made the cop throw out I made him spill his coffee on himself, and he had to throw it out the window because he's super pissed.
So Mike's
He
in
was
his fucking
so-
Mike's handcuffed, trying to pick into his wallet. The guy, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, well, I was gonna give you money for the coffee.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna
I was a
bribe
little
this
freaked
fucking cop.
That is a. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
a great
That.
move.
That. Yeah. That. was a great day. I remember the one guy coming over because he lived in the same. He's like, where do you guys live? And we told him. He goes, my sister lives on
Ingram.
Ingram
Street.
If I ever hear about you pulling this shit over there. And also, I love when he comes over. It's like, what would they do? They're egging houses. He just goes, oh my God. It's funny because this guy looked like he was straight out of soup. I mean, he had like the mustache. He had aviators on. I mean, he also looked kind of like a hillbilly.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. At the time, scared out of my mind because I'm just afraid. My dad's gonna beat me stupid. Not only am I getting his car got impounded. They're nice, Mustang convertible.
Yeah, it was a nice car.
Yeah, it was a very nice car. And it's getting impounded. I'm getting arrested. My dad's going to come bail me out of jail, and he works midnight, so he's asleep right now. So he's going to have to not sleep tonight to come get me out of jail. And let's just say this. He had a little bit of an anger issue to begin with. So I'm like, I'm going to fucking be murdered, okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So anyways, I get arrested for the reckless driving. He gets arrested for the egging just because of where we were both sitting. And since both the cops were after us.
Yeah.
I went to Westland. It's because we were crossing a road. We're crossing Joy Road.
Joy Road. So
we're going back from Westland and Livonia.
Yeah.
And so the house that we egged was in Livonia that we got caught for. They didn't know what the other ones. But I got pulled over by a cop in Westland. So I went to Westland's jail, and he went with Livonia. It turns out that this he threw the egg. Missed the house. No one could find the egg. It didn't hurt anything. So they decided it wasn't worth the paperwork and kicked him out in the middle of freaking Plymouth Road. Literally just said, get the fuck out of my car. Just left him in the middle of the road.
So, but of course, as a kid, every time the phone rings, you're like, this is the call. This is the call that's coming through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he just goes home. No problem. Me, I get fingerprinted. I get thrown into a cell.
No way.
They took my glasses and my shoelaces, my belt, so I couldn't kill myself. Apparently.
Oh my.
Yeah, and then I had to call my mom. I feel like I call my mom, and let's just say I wasn't exactly a rebellious kid. So
Sure.
I'm like, hey, I'm in jail, and she starts to laugh. Where are you? Like, I'm in Westland jail, and they say if I don't get bailed out within the next hour, it's going to be overnight, so they're going to have to send me to county.
Oh, no.
Because it was like 11 o'clock at this point. They're like, oh, yeah, you got 1 hour to get here. And she's like, I'll go get your dad.
Oh.
And so then they come and bail me out, and we're walking out with my dad. And one thing I know about my dad is he was a huge delinquent when he was a kid. He was in trouble with the cops every other day. I mean, there were a couple times he almost fled to Canada because he thought he was going to be in that much trouble. And so we get out there. I'm expecting, like, my dad to just fucking go off. I'm like, he's going to wait till we get to the other side of the car so they can't see him. He's going to beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And then we're walking down the steps, and my dad just busts out laughing. He looks at me and goes, you let the cops catch you?
Oh. That's awesome, man.
You're in a Mustang, dude.
Yeah, because my dad had he used to get chased by the cops all the time, but
Yeah.
my dad was because back in like the 70s, he'd buy cars for like $100. My dad owned like 15 cars at a time, and he'd just leave them all over the place. None of them had any license on them. None of them had any registration. His name was on anything. So when he got getting chased by the cops, he'd like drive the car into a field, get out, and run across the yard. And he just abandoned the car. Car
He
gone.
didn't
all
give
over
a
the
fuck.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he would just leave the car there. Car's dead to him now.
So you actually have it in your blood to do the
Apparently.
high chase.
Yeah, he was bred to do it. But his dad had like so many crazy stories of like he would give us shit because he would be like, you guys think you guys are tough. He's like, back in my day, we were gauged how tough we were by how many teachers we slapped stupid and how many
Yeah,
we were like, I don't think we could pull that off now.
No.
Like, I think,
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't remember, one of his teachers, he told me, it wasn't a teacher at his school, it was his friend's teacher at another school, because I think he went to Bentley, and this, I think, was a teacher actually at Franklin or Churchill, and he was apparently just a total dick to one of his friends, and his friend was a little nuts.
Yeah.
And so what him and a few other people did was they went over to that school during school hours, and they flipped the teacher's car over and then set it on fire and then left. Because he was in the classroom at the time, so he couldn't get blamed for it, even though he had threatened to do that, I guess.
My God.
So the teacher would know who did it, but they could never get him for it.
That's fucked up, man.
that was, I would say, a bit excessive.
Yeah, and I
is
think
scale.
for like their principal, because my dad was probably the lesser of all the people he hung out with. What they used to do was they'd drive around with they get a cinder block, and one of the teachers or the principal, I can't remember which one it was, kept getting a new car. Well, whenever he'd get a new car, they'd grab a cinder block and they'd drive, throw it out the car through his windshield. And then when he got that replaced, they got it fixed, they'd do it again.
Wow. That's some torture, man.
But like back in the day, like
how
you
are they
couldn't
gonna
keep
catch
track of it. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Now, man, you be fucking done
Cameras
for. They
everywhere.
CSI your ass. In
Everyone's
2 seconds.
videotaping everything all the time.
Exactly. I mean, you couldn't get with
you'd
this
probably
shit now.
you'd probably be broadcasting it now, right? If you did that again.
Oh, yeah,
You'd
yeah.
have your cell phone out and
Oh, yeah, of course. You want to show it to all your
now,
friends.
you're, now you're really
Tell me,
fucked.
what's the
Videotape
point of
our
doing
crimes.
this? Videotaping our crimes. This is the best idea we've ever had.
Holy crap.
But yeah, that whole story stemmed from myself, Latarsky, and all of us.
Yeah.
We just do these. Like, that was like our weekend night thing. Like, so bored, we just decided, nothing to do, let's go around and fucking
Cause a
make
little bit of
houses.
ruckus.
A little bit of ruckus.
Maybe go to 7-Eleven, get a Swisher
Swisher Sweets.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Yep.
we used to be fans
Be
of the
cool
Swisher
and
Sweets.
smoke those.
Black and mild, little plastic tip.
I remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
cool
got
with
us
that.
into cigars back in the day. It was
Hey,
like
I still
cigars
enjoy
are
the
good.
occasional cigar.
Yeah, it's
I've
real
never
good.
smoked or anything, but I've always
No,
like
they're
the
good.
occasional cigar is good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you get, geez, I mean, I'm not a connoisseur or anything, but if you get, I really like something that tastes like coffee, chocolate, something like that.
Okay.
That's, I think, what's good for,
Yeah.
my palate or whatever. But that's what maybe nothing too long. Maybe a
Oh yeah,
little
yeah.
short, stubby one.
I
or
say
something.
I don't like those super long ones.
Fuck
Even
no.
if you're at a strip club.
Yeah, I
It's just
definitely-
too,
Oh my god,
it's just too
okay.
much.
Our first time getting cigars, and we're going to a strip club afterwards. And no, that's I think our second time getting cigars.
Yeah, because
And-
I had a couple. Like when we hung out, I would take a couple drags off of them, maybe buy a couple,
Well,
never
this is
really
when we were
finish
18,
them.
so we
Right.
could buy them ourselves, and he decided to get the super huge one, like this real thick one. But like, man, only like $4. That's good
Right.
value.
Like the kind like a general would fucking smoke.
yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
monster
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
cigar.
Yeah.
Put on the
Big
aviator,
old
start smoking
stogie.
that. And this son of a bitch sucked that thing down in like an hour. I mean, he sucked like he was trying to get to the balls. I mean, it was like nothing to him.
I guess.
And so anyways, we're sitting there at the strip club. Next thing I know, Tim already had the occasional health issue.
Everything
especially
starts
stomach-
getting fucking
Oh,
wavy,
yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh fuck! And the music's loud, and the bass is in your ears, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? Let me get a lap dance. Let me get this out of my system. It's probably
Oh,
just
yeah,
all in my head. Let me-
that cute little Asian girl.
So she gives me this lap dance, and she's like pounding on my stomach, and I'm like, it makes it 10 times worse.
They kind of like pull you down a little bit, so you're sitting kind of like real weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, especially at Deja Vu, because they have your hands under your ass.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
like no touching.
That's
no touching.
Did
So,
you puke all over?
No, I got the fuck out
Yeah,
of
he
there.
left
and
in the
I
middle of the
puked
dance.
everywhere.
Yeah, he's like, Mike, we gotta get out of here.
You inhaled the shit out of that cigar then.
Dude, I was just
and
smoking
then he was
it,
dry
like-
heaving the whole fucking
I was
way
just
home.
like-
Ooh.
and then it's like before I knew it, I was down to the nub. I was like, "Fuck! I smoked this whole fucking thing." And I was like, "Must pretty good." I don't know. So good. Of course, that stopped me for like a fucking 6 months or so.
Yeah,
I don't think I touched anything after that. Mike, go ahead.
Good. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
No,
I guess-
good.
Oh, I was just gonna say that they're good once in a while. Not a ton. In
Oh yeah,
excess.
yeah. I gotta say, it's something you do on like a special occasion.
Yeah, yeah.
Or let's say it's just a real
Yeah.
good day and you just want to
Oh,
chill
hell
out
yeah.
outside,
Summer
nice
night or something, yeah.
Have a beer, maybe a little
Yep.
thing of whiskey, smoke a cigar.
Yep.
Yeah,
Believe me,
absolutely.
when I was down in Miami, that was the best thing to do.
yep.
We went to Little
Yep.
Havana, bought some overpriced Cuban cigars.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And just sit around with some overpriced rum. Hot as hell, just sitting out there on the street with some Cuban guys smoking cigars. Some like old
That's
Cuban
sweet, though.
guys.
That's cool.
Oh, it was badass.
That's a
I
cool
loved it.
experience, you know.
Oh, it was so good.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
I wish I would have gone on that trip.
Man, you can come next time. We're
I
planning
know,
making a
it's-
yearly thing every November.
I don't remember what the hell was going on. I remember I couldn't make it. I think maybe we were out of town. I think we were in Boston or some shit.
Well,
like that.
no, I think you were between vacation. Like you guys went to like
Yeah.
I think you're going to like Boston and Vegas, but there was like it was in that gap in between.
Right.
But since you're going from one vacation to like another vacation with like 3 weeks in between, they were work-related vacations.
Yeah.
That you weren't able to come for that one.
Mike, we're at 6:56 minutes here.
Okay.
Take it away.
All right. Let's talk about the upcoming UFC. It is Nate Diaz taking on Conor McGregor.
Do you know anything about this Conor McGregor guy?
Yeah, I heard about him through
Everyone
his last fight.
Yeah.
He sounds like a badass. I watched the fight.
He is.
I did. I watched the
Oh,
fight.
you watched all 13 seconds of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
very
exciting.
brief.
That's very exciting.
But
Oh, my
good.
God. And the worst part is I was so confident of Aldo winning that fight because I had a bet with my Irish friend, Irish Gary. So, Irish Gary,
course,
shout out to you.
fucking in
And
love
I mean,
with
I was
Conor McGregor.
I was taunting the shit out of him because when I'm gambling, I talk so much smack. I would literally every day send him a text of the $50 bill and being like, hey, I just wanted to say hello because it feels it's never going to meet you. So, and I would just send him all of these just shitty texts. And then I'm there and I made him, I'm like, okay, I want it, but I want it all in those $1 Sacagawea dollars. So he brings me like this bag of them, 50 of them. And I had $50 there. I'm like, oh, we just put it over here. So just get it ready for me to take it. And he's like, fuck you. And it goes out 13 seconds. I'm sitting there. I'm not joking. I am literally with my mouth like.
The
And all of
whole
a sudden, I just see his hand just go right in front of me, grab the money, and I'm like, fuck you.
that whole fight was to me like it was like a scene out of the movie Snatch with fucking Brad Pitt. He just like boom, and he even like shrug at the end. He even shrugs his shoulders like Brad Pitt does. He's like, it's like fuck, I just knocked him the fuck out,
Man. But, okay, Nate Diaz, people that don't know, is coming in as a relatively late replacement for lightweight fighter
Pretty late,
Rafael Dos Anjos, who's the lightweight champion.
Foot got injured. Correct.
Yep, he broke his foot.
So he
he's
hasn't
gonna be out
had
for a
much
little.
time to train. Then,
No, I
right?
think about 2 weeks.
Well, the thing of it is though, is he was also training for a triathlon.
Yeah.
So
Nate Diaz is generally
cardio-wise,
He's
he's
there.
probably okay.
Yeah, he's probably okay. But as we know, the triathlon is a very different kind of athletic thing than an actual fight. So the manner in which they train to get themselves into good shape.
But not like he's coming in cold.
Oh, yeah. He's not coming off the bar stool or anything. It's saying a Tank Abbott situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not only that, the fight's happening at 170. I guess Diaz is like, oh, we do it at 165, and McGregor's like, fuck you, let's do it at 170. I don't give a shit. Because McGregor's coming up from 145, and he's going to fight the 155 champion, but since he's injured, he's going to fight a 155 contender, but they're doing it at 170 now. And McGregor is probably the biggest featherweight there is. I mean, he's fucking enormous. I mean, he's a pretty big lightweight, all things considered.
So wait, his last fight was 145, and he
Yes.
was jumping up to 170.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although in reality, the
big
170 is only probably more for actually for his own benefit because he's like, if I don't got to cut the 155, I mean, I'm fighting a 155er, so it's not like he's fighting a 170 pounder. So it is, as far as I'm concerned, even though they're fighting a 170, it is a lightweight fight,
Right.
Because they're both, Nate Diaz is a lightweight; he can make lightweight. The only reason they weren't making him go to lightweight is because it was such short notice, and they wanted a fight that could still kind of sell. And even though Nate Diaz is not the best fighter, he is a very good fighter, and he's a fighter people like to watch because he's really exciting. And he's a fighter that can
Got a lot of
actually,
intensity.
Yeah, he can give Conor McGregor a lot of trouble because he probably is the best just straight boxer in the lightweight division. I mean, I used to think like Michael Johnson, who he just beat, he's a fantastic striker. He's just been lighting people up on their feet. And Nate Diaz embarrassed him. I mean, Nate Diaz beat him stupid. It was kind of painful to watch because, I mean, really, I thought Nate Diaz was going to get his ass kicked. But, I mean, he fucked him up. So I think it's actually going to be a really good fight. The only thing that scares me as far as like Nate Diaz goes, first of all, is he going to be in the good enough shape? Does he have enough time with the actual training of his training for that particular opponent? And also, Nate Diaz has been known to be weak to kicks. He's got a lot. He doesn't check them. He eats a lot of them. One time I've seen him knocked out was by Josh Thompson, and that was to a head kick. And everyone that knows Conor McGregor knows that guy is good with kicks. Don't get me wrong, his hands are also really good. He's got a great karate style in general. But he is especially known for his kicks. So, I mean, it's going to be a really interesting fight. But Nate Diaz is tough as hell, so at the very least, it ain't going to be no 13 seconds.
Right.
And
Ears
Oh,
open,
the
at
smack
least.
talk is going to be insane. Like mid-fight smack talk is going to be nuts. It's going to be Nate Diaz flipping him off. Him screaming stuff at Nate Diaz. It's going to be insane. Oh, I can't wait. Also, Holly Holmes taking on Miesha Tate, which should be a good fight. It really show where Holly Holmes is. Even though Holly Holmes looked like an undefeatable god of a
Holly
fighter.
was the one that beat beat
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I watched
But
that one
she had
too.
2 previous fights in the UFC against much lesser unranked opponents, or at least if they were ranked, they were barely
Yeah,
ranked.
and had a tougher time.
Oh, yeah. And not only that, these were opponents that were set up to be easy matchups for people that didn't really wrestle. They were pretty much straight stand-up fighters. One of them was pretty much a straight boxer. And she barely beat either of them. I mean, they were close fights. I mean, she definitely won both of them, but not by a lot. And she definitely did not look like a world beater. I thought it was actually kind of a joke they were putting her against Rousey. But then, of course, she destroys Rousey, so what the fuck do I...
Right. So it'll be
But I think
interesting.
Miesha Tate is a much different fighter than Rousey, so that should be... I think it's going to be really good, and Tate's going to come in there with, I think, a lot more respect for Holly Holmes than Ronda Rousey. I think
For
Ronda
sure,
Rousey
for
came in there a little cocky.
Well,
Yes.
shit.
All right.
It's a fucking hour.
Yep.
Dude, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite
Thanks.
episodes, actually.
Thanks.
I'm not even
The
going to
more we
lie.
talked, the more I think I have seen you.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
No.
you guys have met a few times.
Yes,
for
yeah,
sure.
I know we have.
I don't
obviously.
know if we've ever talked on a personal level.
I
to
don't
be
think we
honest,
have.
but
It was
did you?
awful, but I loved it. It was
Did you
so.
really?
It
What
tasted
about
like
the bagel
shit.
with cheese?
What?
What about the bagel with nacho cheese? God, that was so good.
That was
You know,
pretty
that
damn
that was
good.
my favorite.
Honest
And
to God,
the chicken
okay.
sandwich.
Honestly, I was
On
a total
Fridays.
food coward back then because I was very set in like the 5 things I would ever eat in
I
my
got
life,
you.
and so I only
I got
ate
you.
the pizza.
Okay.
I
No,
never
it's
had
not-
anything else there. I'm
all
talking
right.
from like the entire, like from grade school to high school. I don't think I ever had anything but the pizza, and
Wow.
the pizza only got worse as I went on.
Oh, yeah.
To the end, it's like they had said like those little ones. They were burnt as shit. They tasted
Yeah.
like crap.
Yeah,
and
the
I was still
culinary
eating them.
school was really
Yeah.
fucking around
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
those things.
Very healthy choices there.
But dude, yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
this was
pleasure.
awesome. Thanks
Anytime,
for
man.
having me.
Anytime you
This
want to
is
come
great.
on.
This is something
Let us
that
know.
I've always wanted to get into radio and TV when I was
Yeah.
in high school, and I don't know. It'd be cool to do my own, but like you definitely gotta have a partner in crime to make it more interesting.
You
know?
can,
I
but
agree.
some dudes come on. There's a
do,
lot
yeah.
of them that just
Yeah.
go
I
on
Honestly,
and
if you know
free
enough
ball
people,
it.
you just get like a revolving door of guests
Yeah.
coming on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, you got.
We try to
that
get
right.
guests as often as we can, but
Yeah.
You don't need much. We did a little crazy little overboard over here with the equipment and shit. But you
No,
don't-
this is perfect because then it makes it. I think it makes it more fun that you
Oh, yeah.
you got the
So much
legit
more.
setup. I like that you did it online. I think that's really cool. I didn't.
yeah. Streaming live on YouTube,
Yeah.
and then this will go up probably tomorrow on iTunes and everything.
iTunes
Yeah,
and
that's
Stitcher,
cool.
yeah.
Have you guys reached like a good?
Dude,
We
we got
once
like
had-
1,000 subscribers. Nobody really tunes into the live stream because
At one point, we had
it's not
40
planned.
people watching us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've been a little bad with the consistent. We were really good for a while. It was every Wednesday at like 8 o'clock around that time, and it felt like we were just ticking up a little bit each week. And then the
Right.
last like probably month, I mean, either we're missing the week or we're happening like
Yeah,
days
shit'll
off.
come up
Oh, I
and we'll
got
have
you.
to like
Yeah.
push it a
Happening
day
at
back.
11
kinda.
p.m. instead of 8 or some shit like that.
But
Yeah.
the downloads on iTunes and Stitcher are pretty good. Like I said, we've been consistently getting around like the mid thousands. But as far as like the YouTube streaming,
Yeah.
it's just too inconsistent for people.
Right.
Like,
To
and
tune in.
who's like sitting around at home like, oh, 5 minutes till they're on. All right, I have an hour to kill. Let me watch. Like
Yeah.
nobody doing
I guess
that.
I used to do that with one show, but they started making it every Sunday, and then Barnacules. You watch Barnacules at all?
No, what is
I've
that?
heard of
YouTube?
it.
He's just like he's a funny big guy that likes to nerd around and has 3D printing stuff, and he's just an interesting character,
Yeah.
really. So like, he's kind of inconsistent, but he's got a lot of followers. I just think if you guys do it for fun, that's the best part because
That's,
that's
we're
how it
just
grows.
fucking
That's
around.
how
Oh
it
yeah,
grows.
like I said,
People just like the fact that you're shooting the shit, and they'll be like, you know what, this is a kind of a cool thing to listen to.
Well, believe me, if you ever listen to any of our stuff, we're pretty much only shooting the shit.
Yeah.
We tried to make his
We tried to
girlfriend
do a
our, unit
format.
production manager.
It just doesn't
and
work.
it's-
We just go way off
Yeah.
topic. And
Oh yeah, like every time we'd start talking about something, we'd end up like We start talking about politics, and next thing you know, we're talking about who we'd want to have sex with back in high school or something like that. It's like somehow it was all related. It was like a nice even shift. Like that makes sense.
I'm surprised you guys didn't bring up any of the politics from last night.
Okay, yeah. Ben Carson dropped out.
Yeah.
Woo.
Since I'm Canadian, I can't vote. That's one big thing I can't.
I didn't even think about that.
So I can't vote. And I'm I'm confused on how you guys do it. Honestly, it's here's the thing, because it's so many wacky people.
Yeah,
I have no idea what side to choose. I guess I would be more of a Democrat. I guess I don't know. I
think I'd be a Republican
guy.
if I was a little bit more racist, but or religious. I think I'd probably fall into
I'm
there.
a pretty independent. I'm not a fan of politicians at all. As a matter of fact, I think it's all everybody that gets into that position has got like a lot of fucking real issues.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like who wants to be the guy?
I feel that way
you know
about
what I mean?
everyone except one politician. I don't know why I really like this guy, Cory Booker.
I've never even heard of him.
He's like the senator from New Jersey, or he's the governor of New Jersey, or he's something in New Jersey. No, the governor of New Jersey. That fat
Chris
guy.
Christie.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, I went to that I woke up early as fuck.
Maybe
this
the
morning,
mayor of
went
New
to the
Jersey?
Trump rally.
I saw I saw your post,
Dude. Okay, and people were like tripping out that I went. Like, there's a couple people that were like shooting me texts. They were like, "What the fuck, man? You're at the Trump rally. It's fucking crazy. You can support that fucking." Okay. Like most politicians, I'm not one of these cut fucking dry guys. Oh, I'm only Republican or I'm only Democrat. Or, it's like, okay, I agree with a lot of stuff Trump says. I don't agree with a lot of,
All right.
Oh, okay.
I don't agree with a lot of shit Trump says too. So it's like,
of course
he says some shit that definitely makes sense, but then he says some other crazy shit too. It's like I wanted to see a fucking show. I've always, dude, we've done reports on Trump. He's like one of my favorite people just as far as entertainment and stuff like that.
We did a report on him for a business class back in college. It was hilarious.
I mean, the dude's a billionaire, so when people are like, he's a fucking idiot. Well, man, he can't be
obviously
that much
smart.
of an idiot. Like,
No,
yes,
he's
he did get money from his dad, but dude, try to turn fucking $100 million into $1 billion.
You gotta work
dude,
for
it's
it.
fucking not easy.
Right.
Like, running all these, building buildings and fucking companies.
There's Cory Booker.
Okay. Yep. Now I recognize the face.
No, I don't. I've never seen
like
him
that
before.
guy.
But as I was telling Mike and I was telling DiCarlo earlier today, I was like, look, the people that go to rallies, though, are like a different kind of people. Like, before I went, I never met anyone who even went to a fucking rally.
Right.
That's how rare it is that
I
people
met
go.
someone that went to a rally today.
Oh, yeah. And it was the same thing. My girlfriend's the same thing. I was like, have you
Yeah.
ever, met anyone who's ever been to a rally? And she's like, no. I was like, that's because people that go to rallies, I don't care if it's Democrat, I don't care if Republican, there's some fucking crazy people.
They are crazy.
Because, you got to be crazy to, I'm not going to work today. I'm going to the fucking rally.
I'm going to the rally.
I'm gonna
sit there and
drive
yell
support my
something at
candidate.
someone.
Right. I'm going to wait
Yeah.
for a fucking hour outside to get in, wait
What?
another
For
2
what?
hours to listen to this fucking
hear him
guy.
say some shit.
And it's like, dude, I got in there, and it's exactly what I would think for everybody. Everybody gets in this mob mentality,
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, everything he says is gospel. I don't give a fuck. And then, of course, all the people come that protest, too.
Are all
So,
out front, right? With
They're
signs
they're
and-
coming out and talking crazy shit, and they're
Front
getting
lives
thrown
matter.
out, and their fucking fights are breaking out, and people are cussing at each other. It was the best time I had at a free event in my entire fucking life. It was amazing.
So was he there? He was there,
He
right?
was there.
Of course,
He spoke for about an hour and 10 minutes.
Really?
They comment about the size of his hands.
He did. He
Yeah,
did.
like my hands
saw
are
that last night
perfectly
on the
normal
news.
sized.
Yeah.
He said, he's like, I hit a golf ball 275 yards with these.
See, that's the shit that I don't
Yeah,
understand.
the
over
weird
here.
bragging all the time. Like
Yeah.
he seems super insecure about everything. I am the greatest genius to ever step up here and run for president. I'm the smartest guy in the room. all the time.
Yeah, he's very overly confident.
See, the problem is I don't know if it's overconfidence or if he's just that insecure, because anyone that needs to brag about themselves that much is either just, well, they could just be insane, crazy person overconfident, or they're just the most insecure people
He
there
writes
are.
about it. He writes about it in the book Art of the Deal. He writes, there's a whole section where he talks about, if you don't brag about yourself, no one else will. Kind
I
of
mean,
a
Art of the
thing.
Deal, the best book on business ever written.
Well, that's what he claims.
Someone told me that, poor people, they care what you think, but rich people don't.
Because it's accurate.
Yeah, they
that
just
that certainly
they're
seems
they're
accurate.
they're on top of the
Rich people got nothing to worry
they're-
about. They're fine.
exactly. Hey, here's my thing: is I wish there was a third party, actually, like some happy
Legitimate
medium
one,
of
yeah.
some sort. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bring Canada into this. Like, there's some great country or anything. I mean, I
You're
just
right. Canada sucks. Fuck those guys.
they're their party. You got like 5 parties to choose from,
Choose
maybe more actually, but at least you're getting, all these different ideas maybe in one party, maybe taken from others.
Right.
That's the weird thing I find over here. When I watch the State of the Union address, and then when he says something which I think is actually positive and a good thing, that's the way I feel. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't support everything all these guys do, but when I watch it and he's saying something positive, it's weird how one side stands up, claps, like, hey, that's a really positive thing, and the other side just sits down like,
Yeah, isn't it
fuck
fucking
you,
weird?
motherfucker.
And not only that, it's gotten actually, I think, worse this year than any other year.
Oh,
because there were times
yeah.
where he'd be like, okay, and give it up for the troops. And even like the
Yeah.
Republicans got like 2 people that stand up. It's like,
I guess
wow.
So I guess for me that's the weird thing is like to see that shit.
Yeah, the partisan.
You just gotta,
it's
like-
not just weird to you though. It's weird
Yeah.
to all of us
That's-
too.
okay.
It's not like we're like on the outside.
yes,
because
this makes sense.
nobody
Fuck
gets
it.
it. Nobody
Okay.
gets it. Everybody here doesn't understand. We have the electoral college here.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of like, well, why isn't just
Yeah, we
every
have the
vote
ability-
count? Like,
Yeah,
we can
because
do
Right.
that.
Before we didn't
Like-
have that option. Now we do. It's
Yeah.
not even difficult. In fact, it's even harder to do it the other way.
Right.
Right.
Before, when it was like, there was no
That's what I
transportation, communication was poor. It kind of made sense because it was
Yeah.
like, well, I got to have somebody who's in the loop here.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, it could very easily be done that way.
Yeah.
But
Very easily.
there is so much corruption and everything, and like just everybody's so set in their ways, and people are
Yeah.
just so scared to change things. 'Cause
Yeah.
they don't know what it's going to bring about. And
Of course, well, because everyone's invested in the status quo. That's the way
Yeah.
it is. Companies, people, politicians, everyone's invested in the status quo. Nobody wants it to change.
Yeah.
If there's anything that's going to change, it just has to be that they have more power. Other than that, though, nothing else should ever change.
Yeah.
Unless it gives them more power.
Yeah, it gets very confusing. I'd say most people don't understand how the system works.
Good. I'm glad I'm not
and
the
not
only
only that,
one.
I remember I've heard stuff from especially retired politicians where they've talked about the fact it's like, well, when the cameras aren't on and it's not really if a button if a issue doesn't become a hot button thing on Fox News or Drudge Report or CNN or whatever, then it's like I work very well with the Republicans or Democrats. There's a lot of bipartisanship. I mean, we get stuff accomplished. But the second they turn on those cameras, all of a sudden that's when the fight breaks out.
Yep.
Because you can't appear to be working with them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I've
But
noticed
when no
that.
one's looking, they do work together.
Yes.
But when people are looking, they're just apart.
these guys work together all the time. They play golf together. This is, but the people they've got the public so
Yeah.
convinced that there's this big rivalry
Yeah.
and this hatred. Dude, Obama's playing at Trump's courses all the time. Dude,
Well, yeah,
these
they're
guys
together
are all
the
buddies.
time. They're together all the time.
Yeah,
They're sitting in the same room for
Exactly.
hours on end next to each other. Like,
Yeah, it's the whole thing is like it's almost like it's kind of like bullshit game that goes on that
Yeah,
you're
I think
supposed to get worked up about.
I kind of look at it as like,
And I
I
mean, they're all
feel it's a
funded by
game.
the same people, too, for the most
Yeah,
part. I mean,
all these companies,
it's the same companies.
Fund, they
Yeah.
fund both ways, so that
Yeah.
way, if whoever wins, they win. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yeah, it's one thing that
That's
also
crazy.
makes why a lot of people have so much trouble trusting politicians. It's like, you're speaking out against pharmaceutical companies screwing us over, but they're half of your donors. Half the money you have is from them, or agricultural or military, whatever the issue is that they might be speaking out, or like, I'm going to rein them in. It's like, don't you work for them? Right? Aren't they going to rein you in?
And that's kind of where Trump has gotten this foothold, is the fact that he's funding his own campaign, so he's not taking any money from it. So he's been, he's telling it. Now, whether or not that's true, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
That's true.
Well, first of all, I think there are, like, when it comes to like the super PACs and everything, they're supporting him. There are groups giving money to that.
For sure.
I mean, even they were saying that stuff with David Duke. I mean, I believe his people gave money to the Trump campaign. So people are giving him money. I mean, it's largely funded by him. It's no giant special interest groups, I think, that are lording over his head, but I think that what's loading over isn't necessarily the special interest groups that are funding him as much as the people and trying to go after like all these kind of crazy votes and just kind of some of the stuff he has to support that you jump back 5-10 years ago that he did not support at all, but now he's just like hardcore for, but only because it's getting him the votes. I mean, you look at him talking 5-10 years ago when he's that's why a lot of Republicans don't like him. They're like, this guy's a liberal in sheep's clothing, or a liberal in wolf's clothing, because he had a lot of very liberal ideas, especially when it came to social issues. Because I mean, the guy's been married a bunch of times, all with 2 foreign women, and he's kind of a degenerate, and he's a weirdo. He likes to gamble. He's kind of a party boy for the most part.
Yeah, he's certainly a party guy. But people are liking. The problem is now people are so sick of regular politicians.
Your canned answers. They
don't want them anymore.
You need something different.
They want a guy who's going to go out and talk some crazy shit.
He's definitely crazy.
If you talk crazy stuff and you talk like, let's face it, you sound kind of stupid when you're saying it. Because I mean, half the time when he's talking, he sounds like the dumbest kid on the playground. I mean, he sounds like one of the Diaz brothers.
Interest in that. You get high interest in that, right?
Exactly. But not only that, people believe that's like, oh, he's being real because no one's going to pretend to be like that. That's the way they're thinking. It's like, no one's going to, like, people will pretend to act like, even like Barack Obama and everything, it's clear that persona he puts out is largely, everything's kind of choreographed. Everything he says, everything he does, it's all very refined. It's very reserved.
He's very calm.
Yeah, exactly. And
he was the
like,
hip. He does not seem president,
like I think he would be that. It's because every now and then you see kind of like a crack in that veneer when you kind of see his real personality. It's like, okay, he had a little bit of edge to that one. He had a little insult in there. He didn't seem, sort of Mr. Nice Guy all the time.
I think he's a good speaker.
Oh, he's a very good speaker.
Yeah, he's a hell of a speaker.
It's just one of the things that, some people are like, that's not the real him half the time that we're seeing. Whereas people believe, like, this is the real Trump. And that's the same thing, for, like, Bernie Sanders. Well, like, he says all these kind of crazy things sometimes. That's the real him.
I think.
But then when you look at some of the other stuff they've said, you're like, that's really not the real either of them. I mean, these are carefully constructed things. You're just going after a different audience. They got a different tactic for getting there.
I think one of the very few presidents who's actually ever cried, like, during some sort of speech about the kids who got shot. I'm sure that's been half of them, but I don't think I've ever seen a president really show emotion, I guess, in that sense. Maybe because people think it shows a sign of weakness, but I actually think that brings out kind of the human in you. Honestly, it shows, hey, at least this guy's got a fucking soul in his brain.
Which when you get to the Capitol is sometimes hard to find. But anyways, we've gone way the fuck over.
Okay, we went off a little bit of a tangent there.
That's all right. Yeah.
See, that's what happens with us. We go on tangents.
Yeah, that's fun, man. This is fun.
All right.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Mike, fucking roll us out of here.
Good night and good luck.
Fucking thing.
I'm the Edward R. Murrow of our group, in case you're wondering. But